Christians from the South and other areas have poured into Boston for decades, trying to make Christianity popular again. It's not easy with only 11% evangelical as compared to more than 50% in the South. Boston-based pastor Joe Souza travels the country urging Christians to come help turn that faithlessness around. Souza says it's a desperate need because only 3% of people in the greater Boston area know Jesus as their personal Savior. But Bostonians don't always trust outsiders who come to plant churches.
One of the guys who we were trying to rent a home from said to my wife, well, what does your husband do? And she said, oh, we're coming out here to start a church. He said, well, why are you coming out here to start a church? What do you think, we're all heathens?
The thing is, people, whether it's here in Boston or anywhere really, don't like to feel they're just some project for a fly-by-night operation that's going to be gone soon and isn't really dedicated to them and their city.
So few Bostonians attended these new churches, and they closed by the hundreds.
We were having an 87% failure rate.
But now there's a new generation turning that around. They bring an attitude to go all in, join their communities, and become good neighbors and friends.
Ministry happens at a Dunkin' Donuts or at a Starbucks, is you're able to just be real with people.
Bo Ellis is a Southern transplant running the Boston Church Planting website with Souza, a high-tech way for this new generation to reach the lost and connect with each other. Ellis says Christians coming here must speak by serving, not preaching. So the new guys volunteer a lot.
Like as a high school football coach or a basketball coach, because in getting into the neighborhood and into the community is the only way you're going to earn the right to speak Christ into somebody's life up here.
A top example, the Tunings, transplanted from North Carolina just 3 years ago. As they moved to the Boston suburb of Beverly, they decided not to think of themselves as short-term missionaries.
Matt's approach from the beginning was to say, I'm planting my life in Beverly, Massachusetts.
They concentrated on people, not church building.
Because I don't necessarily look at my relationship with these people as somebody who's trying to minister to them all the time, but rather I'm just a neighbor who loves Jesus. Man, we've had the opportunity, I probably baptized 4 or 5 of my neighbors that live in the same house that I live in.
This approach led to tremendous results, with as many as 700 people regularly attending their church.
Our heart was to be here for the long run.
Members appreciate Matt and Beth's decision to make this their home.
A lot of people have said to us, well, when are you leaving? And we're like, well, we're not leaving. And they're like shocked by that we're here to stay.
This is his home now, and he loves these people, and that's important to the people that are here.
And it's not something where he has a home base or a headquarters that he's going to go back to. And it's cool because he lives within the community. He's not here as sort of like, I'm delivering something that you need, and then I'm taking off.
3 new neighbors in the Tunings triplex recently attended Matt and Beth's church without even being invited.
But we've made ourselves accessible to them and loved them and cared for them and interacted with them in such a way that makes Christianity look appealing, because I'm not a guy that's moving from a faraway area coming in here to save you.
This kind of all for your community, all for your neighbors effort by the new generation of church planters has completely turned around that dismal 87% failure rate.
So for the past 5 years, we have a close to 100% success rate.
Yet all these church planters agree more sowers are needed in this field.
More people who passionately love Jesus should come and plant their lives in New England.
It can be hard to sense the presence of God in a big, cold urban area. Hard to even believe he's real. That's why he needs his people to come to such places and through their love, prove that he's real and bring his presence. Paul Strand, CBN News, reporting from Boston.